I'm sure it wasn't easy for the pair of them to teach someone like me the business of magic, someone who only just barely was aware of resistance at all. I'm not even sure if I've got the steps down, but after hours of practicing, they've assured me I've got it down. I won't be able to tell for sure until the real thing. That's what scares me. What if they misjudge what I'm really capable of? Or I mess up? Or there's a whole range of possibilities of things messing up on the day. These are the thoughts that stay with me long after the girls return to their tent to catch whatever rest they can get before the morning. The last thoughts I had before I finally drifted off to sleep is that the toughest day of my life is now lying ahead of me. I slowly come to my senses. Morning has arrived. There's no time to waste. I slip out of the covers and still myself for what's to come, feeling more awake than I ever have in previous mornings. Which is surprising, seeing as I probably got at best a few hours of sleep. I guess the fear of what's to come if I mess this up is what's keeping me going. A better motivation than any other. Okay, let's do this. I peer at a pair of determined eyes that stare back at me from the mirror. This is the most focused I've ever been in my life. It's funny how much has changed in these past few days, and it's even more weird how I seem to accept it. As if deep down, I knew all this to begin with. I slip on my casual clothes and make for the dining room. I find the two girls waiting for me, as expected, though I'm caught a little off guard with the fact they're in their battle outfits. Good morning. Do you sleep well? About as well as I could, knowing what's to come. Make sure to eat well before we leave. You're going to need the strength. Right. Of course. I started from the kitchen and prepared the most simple food I could think of. So I think I forgot to ask this last night when we got carried away with other stuff. But where exactly is this Dark Queen imprisoned? Huh? Didn't we say? She's still just outside this town. What? I almost dropped the plate I'm holding. She's that close by? Of course. Where else do you think her influence is spreading around here so easily? I didn't really think about any of that. That's a good point. To think she's been this close the whole time. No wonder things have been getting progressively more crazy around here. She must be furious to have the key to her freedom just out of grasp like this. To be fair, all we knew she was at least in the area. We didn't pinpoint her exact location until last night. Apparently she's in a forest on the outskirts of town, holed up in some cave out of sight. There's a lot of history around this place, I suppose. Maybe the forest used to be part of something greater? A role base of operations, perhaps? None of that matters. We just get in there, strengthen the seal, and then our lives should be much easier. These things really going to just magically fix themselves when we do this? Well, it'll show off whatever power she has on the hand. Meaning the monsters will go back to being mindless husks, and things should quiet down around here. And then we can finally go home after all this is sorted. I swear, I'm going to snap if I have to spend one more day at that school. Aw, don't act like that. You're so desperate to leave. Don't act like you're so desperate to leave. There. I know for a fact you've had fun spending time with Kenta. Don't be ridiculous. I'm only doing my job. You can't fool me. Not when your face is such an adorable shade of red. Huh. Are we going to leave now or what? Sakura giggles and jabs at her partner's ribs. I suppose it's good they can see such high spirits despite the task that lies before us. We set out. I let the girls lead the way as we take the lesser travelled routes through town so as to not draw attention to their outfits. They offered to fly me there, as it would be much faster, but, no. Walking is fine. I'm sure things aren't that urgent. Before long, the surroundings become less urban, the buildings shrinking in number the longer we travel, until finally we cross over a fence and into the wilderness. Branches overhead shade us from the sun as we walk across the faint trail laid out across the ground. Only the faintest hints of light that filter through will illuminate the way. ... I'm beginning to wonder if the girls even know the way, as we pass by a tree I swear I've seen at least 3 times before. Maybe we should have brought a map? Well, that just confirms it. We're hopelessly lost. Any tension that might have existed before is sucked away at the moment, so Yaka begins to scratch her head and glance around the place. Really? We were clearly told the directions before. How can you forget them like that? Okay, you lead the way then. Bah, fine. I forgot to. See? Nobody's perfect, even if you like to think you are sometimes. I don't think I'm perfect, compared to you though. Guys, is this really the time? But she... Fine. You're right. Let's focus, Sayaka. And here I thought the ceiling part of this operation would be the most difficult part. Sheesh. Okay, the forest isn't that big, I think. If we stumble around some more, we're bound to find the cave. As if stumbling around randomly only made us go around in circles. I fear the sun might set before we ever find this darn cave now. I know it won't help, but I joined the pair in surveying the land. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking out for, apart from... a cave? Huh? Something up. I squinted at something in the distance. A cluster of boulders that had caught my attention. My eyes were practically drawn there like some kind of magnetic force was at work. Never been here before, yet somehow it seems familiar. Can we check over there? Sure. We don't have any better leads right now anyway. We check over to the oddly suspicious rock formation. I wonder, could this really be it? What made you want to look over here? Seki begins to poke about the boulders that hand to her chin. Circling around the cluster reveals nothing too out of the ordinary, but there has to be more. I don't know. I just felt like something was here. It's just a bunch of stupid rocks. We're wasting time. We should at least investigate them a bit more if Kenta says there's something up. He's connected to Dark Queen, remember? He's bound to know at least a few things relating to her, even if it's only on a subconscious level. She says that as she raps gently on one of the rocks with her knuckle, one eye closed to better examine it. Oh, this one seems kind of loose. Seki takes a grip of the rock in question and begins to pull at it with all her might, her teeth gritting in determination. Someone help! There. Some help would be more appreciated rather than that. I can't talk. I was going to say, someone help me. Either way. Oh, right. Yeah. I should probably help. It was almost amusing to see her feet wildly kicking in place with the rock refusing to budge. I take up the other side of the rock and begin to push against it with what little strength I might possess. Dot. We still don't manage to move the rock. It doesn't budge. At all. Even with all our combined effort. And I really am trying here. It certainly does feel loose though. Apparently not loose enough. I think we could move it for sure if one last person were to... Oh, for crying out loud. We're going to get nowhere like this. Step back. The sword appears in a flash. Hey, wait, we're still right beside it. Isn't it dangerous to just... She strikes out without any further warning, unleashing a single precise slash that splits the rock clean in two. Where? Ugh! We both fell backwards as the two pieces of the rock collapsed opposite ways. I feel like my hair might be just a little shorter than it was too after how close that was. Hikari! See? Problem solved. That's... She fell silent and able to argue there. He did move the rock after all. We both hop to our feet to join Hikari in peering over the results of her destruction as the dust begins to settle. I almost forget how to breathe in the excitement of it all. Could this really be it? We all gasp at once. I knew it. I'm not sure how, but somehow I knew it. Behind where the rock lay is a tunnel that trails downwards, deep into the darkness. There's no telling how far it might stretch, or if there's anything on the other end. But if someone went to such lengths to hide this tunnel from existence, then it has to lead somewhere, right? Is this really it? Sure feels like it. You can practically see all that darkness and evil flooding out of it. It's not really something you should be saying so happily. She's right though. There's a foreboding sense of despair as I peer deeper to the hole. A heavy tension in the air as if the sheer presence of whatever lurks down there seeks to consume us all. Once we go down there, this will be it. We'll finally put an end to this badness and I might finally be able to get some peace after all this is done. Do we really have the strength to go through with this? Do we seal a long forgotten evil that tormented... Well, time isn't wasted. In we go. Hey, wait! Sayaka apparently doesn't have the decency to wait for me to battle out my internal struggles, and cuts things short she plops down. I said pulps. Plops down onto her knees and begins to shuffle into the hole. Its size is about big for us to fit if we crawl. She's right. Can't waste any more time. Come on, Kenta. Hikari falls into Sayaka, looking somewhat more hesitant towards the whole thing compared to her partner. They disappear into the darkness completely, as if consumed by the tunnel. It's scary just how little light seems to shine down there. Quit goofing around out there, you're gonna get left behind. Hikari's harsh tones sound out from the tunnel, making it all the more frightening. Okay, I'm coming. It's not like the world is going to end just because I take an extra minute or two to prepare for diving into the heart of evil. At least, I hope it isn't. I jump to my knees and shuffle into the tunnel, my world quickly becoming dark as all traces of light begin to fade. I I could just about make out the scuffling sounds of the other two crawling along ahead of me. Their presence is the one thing keeping me calm during all this. The surroundings are dark, cold, slimy to the touch, so far it has been a very pleasant experience. You know, something up. This wasn't what I had in mind when I pictured myself being a hero, crawling along in a cramped, dark tunnel. Somehow I thought things were going to be more dramatic. Sakura lets out a giggle as she soldiers on ahead. Sure, there are plenty of dramatic moments ahead. Just gotta get through the less dramatic moments. And hey, this isn't so bad. At the very least, we're not having to fight through swamps of shadows to reach her. It's not the most glamorous way of going about things, but at least we get to save some strength for when it counts. She brings up a good point, however. But what if there are monsters inside this tunnel? We can't really do much if we're practically blind. Don't say that. I hadn't even thought of such a thing. Oh wow, you're right. We'd be completely defenseless. Sakura, they would completely massacre us. Since I can't use my bow here, and Hikari certainly won't be able to use a sword. I wonder what kind of shadows would be able to fit through this tunnel. Oh, maybe something with tentacles, since I know they love you, Hikari. Shut up. You're being mean now. Maybe I should have kept my thoughts to myself. Sakura's having way too much fun with this. Or maybe, how about... Yeah! Something touched me! Oops, damn it. Hikari shrieks, almost bursting my eardrums in the process. Was it you, Kenta? I knew I should have went in last. Me? Of course not. I'm way back over here. What sort of guy do you think I am? You really want me to answer that? To what you've done these past 3 days? Those were accidents. Or maybe this was another one of your accidents, huh? Grabbing at a girl which is completely helpless? Come on, I'm nowhere near you. Maybe it's just your imagination? I could just about hear Sakura stifle the giggle as we continue to argue. Fine. If it wasn't you, then who was it? It could have been Sakura, since she's ahead of me. Maybe it was a big slimy tentacle coming to say hello? She says it in almost sing-song manner. Okay, yeah, I see what's happening now. I'm hoping Hikari will realise soon too. You couldn't possibly... Yeah! There it is again! Okay, seriously, what is... This bizarre series of events continues for longer than I feel is necessary, so finally I feel I have to speak up, or I might be stuck in this tunnel all day. Okay, come on Sakura, that's enough. You've had your fun. We need to focus, okay? What? Sakura? But she couldn't possibly. Confirming my suspicions, Sakura lets out another one of her devious laughs. Ah, okay. I couldn't resist. She's too easy to mess with. ... Hikari takes in a deep breath. Uh-oh. I'm going to kill you, Sakura. You have to catch me first. You hear the pair of them scuffle ahead at an accelerated pace, Sakura's manic laughter trailing into the distance. I suppose it's good to keep in such high spirits despite the task that lies ahead of us. I really don't appreciate them just leaving me behind like this, however. I contemplate continuing at my own pace, sure that I will catch up to them eventually, but I feel something slimy lap at my hand, forcing me to break into some sort of bizarre sprint crawl. I don't know if there really are things lurking around this tunnel, but I certainly don't want to stick around to find out.